I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabree. We are living through unprecedented times with a global pandemic now approaching its third year. As a result, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund was created. This fund, administered by the state of Michigan, is designed to help homeowners cope with pandemic-related hardships, such as delinquent property taxes. To see if you qualify, please visit. Call 313-388-9799 or email taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
Detroit and Highland Park and all of our beautiful listeners who are joining us today. I bring revolutionary greetings. My name is Shoshana, and I have the opportunity to fill in for two great legends today. Maureen Taylor, Welfare Rights, and Marion Kramer. And I am so honored always to even walk in the footsteps of these great women who have done so much for us. And I'm from MXGM, Malcolm X Grassroots Movement in Detroit, where we are actively trying to liberate our people and fight for justice at all times. I also am privileged to work with the Coalition for Property Tax Justice, and we're going to be speaking of those things. But I am also honored to have this beautiful Queen sister with me today as my co-host, and that is our beautiful Queen Tahira Ahmed.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, Detroit, Highland Park, and the diaspora. I am so honored to be here. Thank you so much. And to be affiliated and open up the program for Maureen and Marion Kramer. These tremendous queens have saved so many lives.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And so Tahira is going to tell you, she's a straight-up activist. I mean, and she's involved in so many things. And so we both are going to present some information to you. But we have a guest. We have a couple of guests who's going to call in. And I think we have one on the line right now. So I want to get started with her. And that's Marie Sheehan, who's the director of the Property Tax Appeals Project. And she's going to fill us in on what's going on with these horrific illegal taxation of Detroiters, and where people are losing their homes and foreclosures. So Marie is on the line now, and I want to welcome you, Marie. Hi, Marie.
Hello, hello.
Good, good. So I was just wondering if you can tell them a little bit about the, why you started the project and what you and Professor Bernadette are doing with the Coalition for Property Tax Justice.
Of course. So I started with the Coalition for Property Tax Justice 4 years ago. At that time, we launched the Property Tax Appeals Project. The reason we launched it is because Professor Bernadette Atuahene's research showed that, for every year between 2011 and 2015, between 55 and 85% of properties in Detroit were being overtaxed each year. And data shows that these over-assessments and over-taxation continue to this day. Last year, more than 1 in 10 Detroit properties were overtaxed, and the vast majority of these properties were the lowest valued properties. But at the time that we launched the program, there was no other service providing free property tax appeal support. There were lots of people helping folks apply for exemptions, but no folks helping people appeal their actual tax assessment. So we launched the program to provide support navigating the appeals process. As I'm sure many listeners know, the appeals process is incredibly complicated. It's hard to navigate, and so we thought that providing legal representation in this process would be helpful to folks who are being overassessed and overtaxed by the city.
And you all helped me appeal my taxes too. Marie, how you doing? This is Tahira Ahmed. And thank you so much for all the work the coalition has been doing. You helped us appeal our taxes, and I think the audience need to know the city of Detroit supposed to send out notices, right, Marie, and let us know that we can appeal our taxes. They didn't, a lot of times they didn't send the notices out, or either they were late, too late to appeal. And it was like Marie said, it was complicated to appeal your taxes. We shouldn't have to appeal taxes that were illegal, right, Marie?
Absolutely, absolutely. The city of Detroit in 2017 mailed all property tax assessment notices after the appeal deadline. And so there is a class action lawsuit right now against the city of Detroit, against Wayne County, and against the state of Michigan about this late mailing of assessment notices. But even years where they're not mailed after the deadline, people often don't receive them until a couple days before the deadline to appeal. So this is another huge problem.
Okay, thank you for that, Marie. And also, you mentioned that there were like 1 of 10 properties that were foreclosed on. Did I hear you correctly when you said that?
So it's 1 in 10 properties were overassessed last year,
Overassessed.
more than 1 in 10. But since 2009, since this overassessment problem really started, 1 in 3 residential properties in Detroit has been foreclosed for non-payment of taxes, many of which were illegally assessed.
Okay, and so that's what happened a few years ago. Is it still occurring, the overassessment?
Yeah, our data shows, our analysis shows that, the vast majority of lowest valued homes are still being overassessed. And that's why the coalition is pushing really hard for city council to debate and pass the property tax reform ordinance because it creates some additional oversight of the assessor's office. It makes it easier to access the appeals process, and it allows the city council to review assessments and protest assessments of lower valued homes if they're still being overassessed.
And then they were, Marie, they kept denying that they were overassessing us until that Detroit news article that came out that states, the news article said 600, Detroit homeowners overtaxed $600 million. You can go and you can Google that that article, and in the article there's an app where you can scroll down and go into the app, put your address in, and it tells you how much you were taxed. And the city, because I attend as many city council meetings as possible and make public comment, and they were saying, they kept denying it. This man Horn, he still keeps denying it. I was overtaxed $16,000 for my primary property and my mom's property, and they're still requiring me to pay taxes. I'm asking them as city council, why are you requiring me to continue to pay taxes on the city level when you know you've already overtaxed me? And then when they tax you on the city level and you can't pay the tax, they charge you interest and penalties for not paying that. Then it goes over, when you can't pay it, then it goes over to the county and they tack on interest and penalties.
So, Marie, people who find themselves in similar positions as Tahira, where they have been overassessed and they aren't able to pay their taxes, what remedies do they have, if any, available to them right now?
Yeah, so if you've been overtaxed, or even if you owe any delinquent property taxes, and this applies also to if you have any delinquent utility bills, Wi-Fi bills, mortgage payments, anything like that, there is funding right now called the Michigan Homeowners Assistance Fund. And anyone making around $75,000 and less, but we encourage everyone to apply regardless of income. You can be eligible for a grant of up to $25,000 to pay off these delinquent bills so that you don't have to pay off the city's overtaxation out of your own pocket. You can apply for this funding through the state, and Wayne Metro, a local nonprofit, can help you submit that application.
Right. And I have those numbers too, Marie, for Wayne Metro. You could call them directly at area code 313-388-9799 or 313-244-0274. We will repeat these numbers. Or you could call the Coalition for Property Tax Justice, because we are assisting Wayne Metro with scheduling those appointments. So the funds are there. I believe, Marie, is over $260 million available for property owners in the state of Michigan to take advantage of getting help with paying their, like you said, their overdue taxes, delinquent taxes, overdue mortgage, and utilities. So you can call us at the Coalition at area code 313-329-7610. We can also help with scheduling your appointment with Wayne Metro to process your My Half application. So and right, Marie, I just want to, brag a little bit and commend the coalition for the wins that we've, experienced lately. One was getting the MSHDA to extend the years that the back taxes can be paid. So can you tell the listeners a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the coalition fought hard for MSHDA to open up these funds to be able to pay off more delinquent back taxes. So originally you could only use the money to pay off back taxes charged in 2019 and forward. Now you can use the funds to pay off any back taxes regardless of the year incurred. And because of this rule change, Treasurer Eric Sabree agreed not to foreclose on owner-occupied homes this year to give people more time to apply.
All right.
And we need the public to also talk about, call public and make public comment at City Council because of the, excuse me, we want them to put pressure on the council to pass the property tax reform ordinance. Can you talk to us about that?
Of course. So there's three parts to the ordinance. The first is about making the assessor's office process more transparent. So requiring them to publish data about how they're assessing properties, requiring that data to be freely accessible to Detroiters. Then there's a part of the process that, a part of the ordinance, that creates a little bit more oversight on the assessment office. So City Council will have the ability to look at all the assessments, and if, the vast majority of low-valued properties are being overassessed, City Council can say, you need to look at these properties again. And the reason being is that right now, you have to appeal your taxes if your assessment's wrong. And we think the appeals process should really be used to correct, anomalies, not as a system to get assessments right. The city should have the burden of getting assessments right in the first place. Mm-hmm. And the last part of the ordinance is really to make the appeals process more accessible. So the way that folks can let City Council know that they want this ordinance advanced is by showing up for public comment on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. at City Council.
Yes, and you want to call in at 9:45 if you're on Zoom and raise your hand immediately so you can make public comment.
Thank you. Thank you both for
Marie
bringing
got
that up.
a co-signer back there. What's the co-signer name? You got
So while we are fortunate to have Marie on the phone to give us all this information about property taxes, and many of us are in the find ourselves in the situation where we're behind with our taxes, or and also some of us are facing foreclosure. Please call us now, and before we lose Marie on the call, at 313-868-0342, or you can call 313-868-0351, and the third number, 313-868-4336. So you can call us up so we can, if you have questions for Marie, Tahira, or myself. And so, Marie, I don't know, is there anything else that we need to understand right now?
deadlines. Yeah. Do we have deadlines, Marie, that we need to let the public know
With the
about?
My Half money or anything?
So the My Half money doesn't have a deadline, but it is first come, first serve. So you need to apply as soon as possible, because as soon as the money's out, it's out. So we're encouraging folks at the coalition to apply as soon as possible.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
As soon as possible. Get on it, people. Don't procrastinate. You know how we are.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Marie, can you also expound on how the coalition was able to accomplish what it has right now? You know, how did you do that? Because we've been fighting and crying and pleading for years.
Right.
Yeah, it was definitely because of the direct action of a lot of a lot of Detroiters. So Representative Rashida Tlaib wrote a letter to the state of Michigan to ask them to update these rules. So did State Senator Stephanie Chang, and this letter was co-signed by Representative Ayash, Senator Santana, and Representative McKinney. And then on top of that, we wrote hundreds of letters to MISHDA. So it was really the collective action of Detroiters that pushed MISHDA to update its rules. And because of this action, Treasurer Sabri was willing to immediately agree to stop these foreclosures on owner-occupied homes this year.
Well, thank you.
We
Thank you, and I
appreciate
think we
that.
have a call for Marie, so we're going to take the call now.
Get a conference call on it before.
Okay.
So if she wants, she can listen to the
Oh, yeah,
questions and call back.
okay.
Okay.
All right. So, Marie, if you get cut off, could you give us a call back?
Of course.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we're working with technical stuff, you guys. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the Maureen Taylor, Marion Kramer Show. Good morning. Hello, how are you today? Good morning. Welcome to Maureen Taylor, Marion Kramer Show. Are you there? Okay, just keep calling. Just keep calling. We're going to get you.
No.
Good morning, caller. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Maureen Taylor, Marion Kramer Show. Okay. All right, we having a little bit. Just keep calling. Okay. Good morning. You try it. Maybe they'll answer to you.
Hello, caller. Are you there? This is the Maureen Taylor and
Marion
Kramer program, WHPR. Can you hear us?
WHPR.
Can you hear us? Go ahead and speak.
Okay, just
Okay.
call back. Just call back.
Are you still there, Marie?
No,
Okay.
Marie is gone, so that's okay.
Well, I want to thank Bernadette Atua Henney. Professor Bernadette
Bernadette
Atuahene.
Atuahene.
Oh
All
my
right.
God! I said, you know what? You are our savior.
Okay.
My nickname for you is Jesus Christ, because you,
Oh, my goodness.
you came in and saved our lives. You are
Okay.
a
The
savior.
caller, I think. Good morning, caller. Okay. Good morning, caller. Are you there? Okay. Okay. We still having, good morning. Okay. Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
Professor
Atuahene,
Bernadette
right.
is awesome.
I met her, and they got a person's home, got a person to be able to have a home. I mean, they're doing more than just advocating. They're
Right.
helping people to get a home. And I've advocated for the city council to find the people you are illegally foreclosed. This is illegal taxation. State of Michigan illegally overtaxed us.
Okay.
You're not
All right.
supposed to tax people 50% of their income. And
Hello. I'm sorry to hear. Hello. Hello. How are you? Welcome to the Maureen Taylor, Marion Kramer show.
This is Marie.
oh, there she
Okay.
is.
So that's okay. You know what? Since we're having technical difficulty, while we have Marie back, we're going to give her an opportunity to, make some closing remarks of anything else that we need to know about the tax situation, what we need to do. And Marie, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for having me. I think that I want to leave folks with two messages. The first is if you have any delinquent expenses, apply to My House. Let the state tell you no. If you're not sure, don't rule yourself out of the program. Call us. We can help you get an appointment with Wayne Metro to apply. They can help you navigate the application process. And second is, we can't continue with these illegal overassessments. They need to stop, and they're not going to stop under the way the law is currently structured. We need reform. The current law is just consistently failing Detroiters, and so it's so important that you share with City Council where you stand on the property tax reform ordinance, so that they feel the urgency to move it forward. So thank you so much for having me, and please reach out to the coalition if you have any questions at all.
Before you go, Marie, I wanted you to hear the 10-point plan for compensation and reciprocity in the $600 million in illegal foreclosures that we're proposing from Black Legacy Coalition. We demand an official illegal foreclosure and overtax list to be compiled and property owners contacted. We demand all homeowners be removed from the city tax rolls immediately and not compelled to any longer pay property taxes not owed. We demand property owners be contacted, given an IOU receipt from the city of Detroit, the total amount for each house and property owner. Number 4, we demand a schedule of repayment, which includes the same year exemption for overtaxed and illegally foreclosed homeowners. For example, if you were overtaxed 4 years, you shouldn't have to pay taxes for 4 years. We demand an entertainment surcharge for entertainment tickets of $3 per entertainment ticket and put into a fund to immediately compensate homeowners as the previous statement. And number 6, we demand City Council assign its legislative attorneys to propose legal remedies to repay residents who were over-assessed taxes. Number 7, we demand the council ask the governor to allocate the $731 million in unpaid state revenue sharing owed by the state of Michigan to Detroit, according to the Michigan Municipal League, to repay residents who were overassessed. Number 8, we demand a study to remedy over-assessed practices, to prevent overassessments once and for all. Number 9, we demand regular audits of land bank and housing revitalization department and written into the city charter. And number 10, we demand criminal charges be investigated and charged for those persons who knowingly concealed, promoted, and participated in the overassessment and overcharging of Detroit property owners on both the city and the county levels. What you think about that?
Right on to here.
I think that's such a wonderful list of demands. I think, a lot of it mirrors the feedback we received. In January of last year, we hosted a People's Forum attended by, over 700 affected homeowners and people who had experienced foreclosure. And they overwhelmingly at this meeting shared that they wanted 3 things, which have been central to the coalition's demands. One is, direct cash payments for what they've been overcharged. The second is property tax credits. And the third is home repair grants.
Right.
And so the coalition will continue to fight for those things along, with many of the items we listed on the Black Legacy Coalition's list of demands as well.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Maria. And I think we can also invite them out to Coffee Stories. Could you let them know where the next Coffee Stories will take place and what is Coffee Stories?
Yes.
Yes, we hope that everyone will join us. We host on the first Saturday of every month an event called Coffee and Stories, where you can come out, connect with members of the coalition, and get involved in the work that we're doing. This upcoming event month is going to be at the Muslim Center. I will pull up the address right now. But
It's on Davidson. And is it Woodrow Wilson? Yeah, Davidson.
Yeah.
Woodrow Wilson. And Marie, I want to thank you. You have been beautiful. You help us. You have been doing so much work. I mean, I want to call you James Brown because you're the hardest working coalition member. I'm telling you, and you're such a beautiful spirit. You make us feel so comfortable. And, we're going through a lot of stress. These are legacy homes. Our people have become homeless because they were illegally overtaxed. And when we do the Coffee and Stories, you can come there, you can let it all hang out, talk about what's happening, get it off your chest, and then get help.
Right.
And you help us get repair grants. You help us apply for them, rather. And I want to thank you because you really helped me and others. And I brought people, and you've helped them. So everybody should go to the Coalition for Property Tax Justice on the Facebook page and go to the Coffee and Stories. Bring your neighbors. We've got to get the word out.
Right. Yes, and
Yes,
I
thank you.
ditto that for me, what Tahira said, Marie. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, and I hope to see you all next Saturday.
Okay.
That'll be great. And tell your cheerleader back there we said hi. What's the cheerleader's name?
Thank you.
What's your cheerleader's name?
His name is Neil.
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 Okay. Thank
Take
you,
care.
Marie. Have a
That's
good
you.
day.
Thank you, Marie. We
You
love
as
you.
well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Before we get back to Tahira and her 10 points, I want to give those numbers out again that Marie mentioned to get my half assistance. That's Michigan Housing Assistance Fund to help pay with delinquent property tax, overdue mortgage, and overdue utilities. And those are for any property owners in the state of Michigan, not just the city of Detroit. That's the state of Michigan. So you can call us at the coalition. We can schedule you an appointment with Wayne Metro, and our number is area code 313-329-7610, 313-329-7610. Or you can call Wayne Metro directly. As Marie mentioned.
Hello? Can y'all hear me now?
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Hi, caller. How are you? This is
Whew. Oh,
Shoshana.
Lord, I just called y'all 3 times. I keep having difficulties over there. I pray that the devil will run away.
All right. Well, thank you. Well, he gone because you on now.
And we gonna kick him on the way out.
Yay!
Now,
Uh,
how are you? Who do we have the pleasure of
okay,
speaking to?
this is Sylvia, and I just want to say I'll be at the
Coffee.
Sacred Heart to meet up with all the warriors tomorrow.
All
Oh,
right.
Yeah,
I love you. You are
yeah,
our poetress. We love your
yeah.
poetry. I know who you are.
Oh
oh,
yeah, yeah. I look forward to be with the troops tomorrow because we definitely need our rights educationally, housingly, and water needs. We need all the support and the troops on the ground to save our cities, our communities, and our towns.
oh, Sylvia, thank you. And you know what? Now this is the exact time we need to advertise tomorrow. We hadn't mentioned it yet, but the organizations that Tahira and I are from, the Black Legacy Coalition and Malcolm X Grassroots Movement, tomorrow at Sacred Heart Activities Building on at 3451 Rivard. We are hosting the Detroit State of the City Community Conference. You know, the mayor had his State of the City Conference, the governor had hers, the President Biden had his. Now, when do the people have theirs? So we're going to have ours tomorrow from 3 to 6 o'clock p.m. And as Sylvia just did our job and mentioned,
Thank you, Sylvia.
we are going to have the activists that have been walking the walk, not just
Yes,
talking the talk. The warriors.
yes,
Thank you, Sylvia. The
yes,
warriors.
yes. It's enough talking, and we got to start working and walking.
Right. And so we're going to have Helen Moore. You
Yes.
guys, there is no warrior in education that have contributed as much as our Queen Mother Helen Moore. And then we're going to have our warrior Malik Yakini.
Yay.
Yeah, that Baba, that warrior who founded Insuroma Institute, a whole education institute, who co-founded the D Farm, a whole
Yes.
farm in the city of Detroit. Okay, and
Yeah, I bought steaks for me and my son. I got both of us in.
okay, all right, and then now to hear what is Baba Malik bringing to Detroit with the
Oh, with the People's
The food, the People's
Co-op.
Food Co-op.
Yes, ma'am. The People's Food Co-op having it built from the ground up.
on what street?
Oh, it's on Euclid and it's on
Wood-
Woodward and
Woodward.
Euclid.
Okay, have you
Woodward and
seen it?
Euclid.
Sylvia, have you seen it going up?
Yes, I've seen it going up, and I've been to the farm. They had an event where I finally got to find the farm, so I definitely paid for membership for my son and I. So when
can't
I'm
wait to
gone,
meet
he'll
you.
still be here, living strong and participating.
I can't wait to meet you, Sylvia.
Oh,
I am one of your
okay.
biggest fans.
All right, and then Sylvia, we also gonna hear from Yusef Shakur.
Yes,
All
you
right.
Shakur.
What you know? What you know about Yusef,
I
Sylvia?
love him. You know what? I met him when he was had his bookstore on Grand River, and I introduced him to my son, and we supported him and bought books. I would like to see Kyrie there. I'm gonna call Kyrie to make sure he knows about it.
That Kyrie Frazier. That's what you
Yes.
talking about, Sylvia. Yeah, we talking about some warriors, y'all. We talking
Yes.
about Yusef Shakur.
Monica, Lewis, Patrick, yeah.
All right, and Yusef, he built Mama Okua house.
Yes, he got two of them on the same street, two houses.
Who live on the same street?
He has two houses on the same
right.
street.
Thank you. That's right. Two. He started off with the one, and now he has another. And
Yes.
this brother is working with community movement builders.
Yes.
Right. And every year, annually, he serves the community. All the young people come and get their book bags and backpacks
Backpack.
and
Yeah.
school supplies. And he has an annual fair. And Yusuf has
He has a
done.
podcast.
Girl, you
You
get
know
on this
about
show.
it, don't you?
Where are you? You need to come on around here to WHPR. Get on, Sylvia.
I'm just so proud of Black excellence. It's enough. We have beat ourselves down enough. It's now time to build the Black excellence and to let them shine and
Say
do
that.
what they can, do what they were born to do.
Help me, somebody. Help me.
And you're a great mom. I hear you. I hear my sister. You taking your son, you teaching them, you showing them the right way. So I want
Yeah,
to
we got them in Hollywood golf and all that good stuff.
All right. Okay, and then Elena Harada, and hopefully we're gonna hear from Elena today. And Elena, oh gosh, she has done so much in fighting for this unfair criminal justice system, trying to straighten out the criminality of the criminal justice system, and also dealing with the immigration system and all the abuse that it has been bestowed upon immigrants, what they call immigrants all these years. But here recently, she's put in a lot of work with the Detroit libraries because they're taking money. And I want Elena to call in and explain all that, but that's her baby right now.
Yeah, that
And-
tax.
Yeah,
capture.
her and Russ Bellet.
right. Oh, girl, you know.
You need to be sitting up here with us.
Okay, Sylvia, do you have any closing words for us? Because we have, I think, Elena on the line. What do you?
Oh, yay! I love you. Shout out to Elaine. It's time. It's our time to shine. Thanks for taking my call. Let's get busy, y'all.
All
for
right,
calling. We
thank
love
you.
you,
We see you
Sylvia.
tomorrow.
Bye, y'all.
Okay. All right. Good morning, caller. You're on the Maureen Taylor and Marion Kramer show.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, I think that's my sister Elena. Is that my sister Elena?
Yes.
We just got through talking about you. Your ears must have been ringing.
Well, I've been sitting here listening to the show.
Oh, awesome.
Well, thank you. We had a little technical difficulty, but Tim, the engineer, straightened that all out. And our sister Sylvia, who knows you and everybody else is going to be there tomorrow, she said the devil was alive and working this morning, but she got through and you got through, so we kicked the devil on out of here.
That's right. Sylvia's my birth buddy.
Oh,
Okay. A sister from another mother.
yeah. So, Elena, the floor is yours. We want you to tell them, the listeners and everybody, about the great work that you're doing and what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Well, I would not say it's great. What I will say, let me see if I can take you. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound a little
What
better there.
I'm trying to do is do this education project so that Detroiters understand about tax captures, because we have no information for the media.
No, we don't.
So the most important thing for people to understand about the libraries is that the budget for the Detroit Public Library is only $30 million right now for the whole system. The tax captures are taken from by the Downtown Development Authority. They're taken off the top of our taxes. And so the library gets less and less money every year. And they use it for development downtown. They don't have to say what they're doing with it. They don't have to tell us how much they're going to take. So it's really.
So, Elena, can you hear me? Shoshana.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so is my understanding correct that not just recently with this $800 million that the city council granted to Illich's latest development project,
District
but
Detroit.
District Detroit. But even with previous projects, that sometimes they take money from the libraries to fund those
No.
projects.
Brownfield
Not
development.
sometimes, every year.
What?
So the Library Commission has tried to fight it, and Duggan is trying to say there's nothing you can do about it.
Same culprit.
I want to come in here and really, I'm going to say this, and I hope our listeners can really follow this. Duggan really and truly is a Jim Crow mayor.
All right.
This is really serious when you talk about the kind of inequality that he has created by giving white people, the poorest people, black children in Detroit public schools, and the Detroit taxpayers are paying for rich white people to have leisure here. This is really serious, and you never see it very well described in the media. Even when they talk about, these billionaires got this tax money, they never say that it's coming from Detroit schools and Detroit libraries, and that is the work ahead of us. We have to actually do the math and show it in graphs, in pie charts. We have to do it in public places, whether it's going to be on banners or on posters or in newspapers, newsletters. We have to show the public where the money is being taken from. Not everybody can see where it's going, but nobody knows where it's being taken from.
That's because Mike Duggan has the media in his pocket. They will not, excuse me, when he has been under investigation, they will not talk about it. They keep it hidden. When with his wife thing that he had an affair with the woman, Sonia Hassan, took the city's resources and helped her charity. Is supposed to be Make Your Date, supposed to take care of the infant mortality rate. Right? You don't hear anything about that. Excuse me. And then his wife divorced him. Lori Mayers, she divorced him, and he turned right around and married Sonia Hassan. Okay, now so he deleted emails where it showed that he was using city resources illegally to help her charities. He's not supposed to do that. When he deleted the emails and people found out, Alexis Wiley, she was responsible for it. She never faced any discipline or anything like that. And see, what I'm saying is that the media covers Mike Duggan. He was investigated for the demolition, bid rigging. He's been investigated for the Sonia Hassan Make Your Date thing. Dana Nessel sat on the investigation for 2 years and then said, oh, there's no there. And then he immediately married her because he denied even having an affair with the woman at the time. So we're not getting help from Dana Nessel, the Attorney General. We're not getting help from the GA office. We're not getting help with a man who is breaking the law. And
I want to say also to our listeners, sometimes it's not. Sometimes gossip is important, and I'll tell you where this piece of gossip is important. That when the husband of Jocelyn Benson got caught funneling money to Duggan's now wife, he left that department. He worked for the city, and he was the one raising money for Make Your Date. But when he left, he went to work for Stephen Ross. What hope do we have of ever getting justice?
Right.
These relationships are very, very deep. If you look at the police commission report that came out in the Detroit Free Press today, and look at the commission that gave the city council all their raises, I have never in my life seen such a corrupt administration downtown. Never. And you never see anything about it anywhere. That's why what you're doing, what we're doing out here to educate the people, you can't make any changes unless you at least know the facts.
All right. And I'm glad, Elena, you came on to share your information and give a preview of what people can expect tomorrow at Sacred Heart.
I want to just shout out really quick that what we need in able to fund our libraries is to freeze
the tax captures.
Yes.
We can't stop them because of the debts. We have to be able to freeze them so they stop taking so much money out of the libraries. And we can do this, but we're going to need all hands on deck with these Democrats across the state.
And
Good
what
luck.
do you suggest that the average citizen and resident of Detroit do to try to get this
One of
accomplished?
them is to, you can check out the Friends of the Bolin Facebook page, and we have also a website that's now really growing. The movement of the library defense is very, very, it's really growing.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who want to defend libraries, I'm going to tell you this, people that want to defend libraries are the finest thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what it feels like to go to the library.
All
So
right.
tomorrow we'll give you more information in the afternoon. I'm really happy that you're doing the State of the City at Sacred Heart.
Right.
I'm so happy to be there. I hope that all the people who are listening are going to be able to come to it or tune in.
All right. So thank you, Elena. I appreciate you. And Elena and I both are warriors, but we're members of Sacred Heart. And Father Thomas, our pastor, who recently made his transition,
Yes. Rest in peace.
I've been a member of Sacred Heart for 30-some years, and for 30-some years, he made Sacred Heart available to not just me, but all of the many activist organizations that I'm connected with. And you know why he did it? Because Father was an activist. Father was a revolutionary. So we're proud to be at Sacred Heart tomorrow. And I'm going to finish telling our listeners about who's going to be there tomorrow. Tahir's got some other things to say. So, Elena, do you have some closing words for us?
I do want to say, when you see anything about the libraries on any social media or coming to your door, because we also do door knocking with our little handbill, we are not a nonprofit. The Friends of the Bolin and the Coalition to Defend the Libraries are a group of volunteers. We do not get any nonprofit money, and I'll tell you more about that evil structure when we get a chance, but we do this on our own. And when you see anything about Detroit Public Libraries, I want you to know that this is a revolutionary movement for our right to literacy.
All right. Love you,
Thank
Elena.
you, Elena.
Love you too. Thank you so
Love
much.
you.
And so I just want to tell you real quickly how the State of the City Community Conference was started. In 2014, our native Detroiter, a former attorney, Mayor Chokwe Lumumba, made his transition from this planet. And Kwame Kenyatta, who was another great warrior who has since made his transition, but at the time in 2014, Kwame and I discussed how do we continue Chokwe's legacy. And we came up with this State of the City Community Conference, a place where annually we can bring the community together, and then representatives from all of the various grassroots activist groups can come together and tell the people and let them know about the work they're doing, be it, fighting water injustices or education injustices. So that's how we were created. And then we were on Anthony Adams yesterday, and our brother, he just pulled us a little higher and a little further with saying, well, hey, with everything that comes out of the conference, what do you do with it? Mm-hmm. So we're going to, compile a report and share it, and we're going to follow up on that. So those are some, things that I wanted you all to know. But also, who will be present tomorrow from 3 to 6 at the Detroit State of the City Community Conference is Myrtle Thompson Curtis, another activist warrior of the Grace Lee Boggs Center. And we know the Grace Lee Boggs Center have fought for civil rights, water rights, all type of rights for our people. So we're looking forward to hearing from our sister Myrtle Thompson Curtis. And then we have, oh my, the phenomenal water warrior.
Yes.
Monica
Lewis
Lewis Patrick. And I'm excited that all of these brothers and sisters are coming together
That's a warrior.
so we can be with warriors. But Monica, I don't know. She gets me going. She gets every time I
Yes.
hear that sister, she gets me going. So I'm looking forward to it. And then certainly last not least, we have one of our most active warriors who is on that city council hearing meeting every
Tuesday.
time, every Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
and other days
And the
when they
budget
have
meeting,
special
yeah.
meetings. So, and she's working with Black Legacy Coalition and us, and that is Sister Tahira Ahmed, and I'm going to give it back to her right now. My beautiful sister.
Excuse me. The Black Legacy Coalition has culminated into a very active Black Power organization, and you know what? They shouldn't have never kicked out forced out Juanita Moore out of the Charles H. Wright
Right.
Museum because they created a monster.
That's right.
And here we are. Here we are. Now, we've been fighting the corporate takeover of the Charles H. Wright
Right,
Museum since the dismissal of Juanita Moore and also Charles Farrell.
Right. That's
Excuse
right.
me. They brought in
Thomas.
a Thomas Jefferson, excuse me, a Thomas Jefferson exhibit, if many of you understood or remember. We had to go out there and pick at our own Charles H. Wright Museum. And you know Charles H. Wright Museum is the Black people of Detroit's museum.
Right.
We
Right.
all grassroots people made the Charles H. Wright Museum and brought it into existence. And then when Mr. Duggan, I refuse to call him mayor because see, he was illegal. It was an illegal
Illegally elected.
election. But Mr. Duggan has put his people on there. There's corporations on there, white corporations that have taken over our museum.
That's right.
And as a result of Juanita Moore being forced out by these white corporate sponsors, they brought in the Thomas Jefferson exhibit, saying that Sally Hemings, who was an enslaved person from Thomas Jefferson, was a willing participant
Right.
of her rape and impregnation over the years of Thomas Jefferson. We said, no, you're not going to give that narrative.
Right.
You're not going to insult us by doing that. So we picketed and we tried to force them to not bring the exhibit, but they brought the exhibit anyway.
And
Okay.
then what did they do after that with the Kwanzaa and the
Oh
festival?
yeah, and they brought in. Okay, we had a seminar or a meeting in which we gathered the whole community and grassroots members, and we elected members to of the community. Excuse me, to be on the board, to represent the community on the board. And the board said they would allow us to present our members on the board so that we'll have a community representation. They reneged on it, didn't keep their promise, and we're not surprised. That's how colonizers do. But as a result of that, we also asked and demanded that we have a participation in choosing the next
CEO.
Yeah, CEO for the Charles H. Wright Museum. They refused that. And they brought in this man, Neil Barclay, from New Orleans, who knew nothing about our community, knows nothing about Black history,
right.
knows nothing about activism in our city. And he got rid of Kwanzaa, which is a 7-day celebration that our community respects and loves and is part of our culture here. He got rid of it.
Brought it to one day.
And then
Brought it to
he
one
got
day.
rid of it. He planned to get rid of it. Then when we got upset about it, he allowed us to have one day. That's not Kwanzaa.
No. So what do we want people to come tomorrow so they can hear more about how we're going to solve these issues?
Yes, we're we're having a meeting of the minds here in Detroit. This is our city. We run this city. We're the mayors and city council in absentia. And so we're going to have this party with these warriors. We're going to come up with some solutions, not by the mayor, but by us, the mayor and city council that's elected by us.
Right.
We need you to take responsibility for our community and help our children, because right now our children and our families are in desperate trouble.
All right. Thank you for that, Tahira. Tahira is always dropping knowledge on us because she's always involved in getting us justice. But I want to leave you all today with these numbers. I don't want anyone who has delinquent property tax, overdue mortgage, and overdue utilities to go without getting this help from my half. And unfortunately, it's not for tenants, but for homeowners. So you can call the coalition at for property tax justice at 313-329-7610, or you can call Wayne Metro directly, who are processing the My Half applications at 313-388-9799 and 313-244-0274. Please come out tomorrow to the Detroit State of the City Community Conference to see and hear Helen Moore, Malik Yakini, Yusef Shakua, Elena Harada, my beautiful sister Tahira Ahmed, and Monica Lewis Patrick, and Myrtle Thompson Curtis, all of these warriors. And you all have a beautiful, positive day. And thank you again for our legends,
Thank you,
Marion
Maureen.
Kramer
Marion
and
Kramer.
Maureen Taylor. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. We are living through unprecedented times with a global pandemic now approaching its third year. As a result, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund was created. This fund, administered by the state of Michigan, is designed to help homeowners cope with pandemic-related hardships, such as delinquent property taxes. To see if you qualify, please visit. Call 313-388-9799 or email taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.